So it looks like more competition is entering the market when it comes to cloud gaming. As we know right now, with the Activision Blizzard deal being investigated by the CMA, one of the biggest things that they are focusing on looking at is how is this deal going to affect PlayStation by reducing competition if Call of Duty and Activision Blizzard games are taken off that platform, but then also how is the deal going to affect the cloud gaming space, and will this make it impossible for other companies to enter into the arena and compete with Xbox cloud gaming? My opinion is absolutely this isn't going to make it impossible. There are a ton of massive companies out there that are going to be able to still compete with cloud gaming. Google Stadia was a company that could very easily compete if they had run Google Stadia properly. Obviously, that wasn't the case, and it wasn't because of Xbox cloud gaming for the reasoning why they shut down. But we have another massive company that is looking to enter the arena for cloud gaming, and that is Netflix. So as we know, Netflix, they launched Netflix games. It's right there right now on your Netflix app. You can go to it and you get access to a bunch of games exclusively on the Netflix game subscription or the Netflix subscription. It's included with your regular Netflix subscription. And I actually went into it just before making this video, and I was surprised at all the games that were in there. Very easily accessible. You just click on it and it brings you over to the store to download them, and you can start playing them right away. That was their first foray into the gaming industry, you could say. And obviously with stuff like this that they have announced here at TechCrunch Disrupt, it seems like they want to get further into gaming, because I'm assuming what they have right now is working. Now this comes via the Netflix VP of Gaming, Mike Verdu, who made two announcements at the TechCrunch Disrupt. One, they are going to be opening up another studio to develop games, and they are going to be seriously exploring a cloud gaming offering. So Netflix is a massive company. When the CMA is investigating Activision Blizzard and they talk about other companies not being able to get into cloud gaming, we have another real world example right here of a huge company that isn't going to be hindered by Xbox purchasing Activision Blizzard. Now, they don't give us any more real information on this other than saying it's a value add. We're not asking you to subscribe as a console replacement. It's a completely different business model. The hope is over time that it just becomes this very natural way to play games wherever you are, which is pretty much right out of the mouth of Xbox as to what they have been trying to do since they launched Xbox Cloud Gaming, since they launched Xbox Game Pass, getting you to play games no matter what device you're on. And it has worked. People are loving it. Cloud gaming on your phone, cloud gaming through a browser, all of that type of stuff has been something that has been working for Xbox, and they're going to continue to explore that. We're seeing that with the release of these handhelds that are focusing on cloud gaming, with Xbox Cloud Gaming being the forefront of the marketing for a lot of these handhelds. Now, when it comes to Google Stadia, I mean, Stadia shut down. We know that Stadia actually had very good streaming. It had good infrastructure. They just didn't do enough to keep people wanting to subscribe and play on the service. And they shut it down because it wasn't making them enough money. And Mike Verdu says this. He says, Stadia was a technical success. It was fun to play games on Stadia. It had some issues with the business model, sure. Now, when we're thinking about Netflix getting further into cloud gaming, we don't know if this means they're going to be getting into more mobile games via the cloud, or if they would be having bigger AAA games that you're going to be able to play exclusively through the Netflix app that you would have to sign up for their subscription service to access. Now, I think that if they're using cloud gaming, it would make sense for it to be bigger games that you couldn't play on your phone. And we've seen the success of those big AAA games with things like touch controls via Xbox Cloud Gaming work. So I think Netflix would probably be looking at that and want to expand further out into that. But if they don't, if they are solely sticking to mobile, this is still a big competition to things like Xbox Cloud Gaming and to Xbox Game Pass. We know Xbox is trying to further their expansion into the mobile game network, and that is a massive part of the video game industry that all of these big companies now are trying to capture because of how much money is in it, and because they don't have to push some other piece of hardware to get people into the service. They already have phones in their hands. One of the biggest things with the Activision Blizzard acquisition was the fact that they were getting all of this mobile stuff with King, with Call of Duty Mobile, with games like Diablo Immortal, and all of the other future mobile content that is going to be coming out from their studios. Now, in terms of that new studio they are opening, it is opening in Southern California, and it's going to be the company's 5th studio. So they already have a bunch of studios working on games specifically for Netflix games, and the studio in Southern California that they're opening is actually going to be led by the former executive producer of Overwatch, Chaco Sonny, which Overwatch we know has made tons of money, billions of dollars. So he knows what he's doing when it comes to making these games. He had to actually leave Blizzard after the harassment and discrimination claims came all over with Activision and Blizzard, but now he's going to be going over to Netflix. And Mike Verdu says this: he could have done anything, but he chose to come here. You don't get people like that coming to your organization to build the next big thing in gaming unless there's a sense that we're really in it for the long haul and in it for the right reasons. I mean, he's definitely making reference, I would say, in terms of the long haul to Google Stadia, as they have shut down. But when it comes to Netflix, they have developed 14 games from their own studios and have 35 games on the service right now. And there are 55 games in flight at present. And they are saying that they hope that over time, the balance of Netflix will be 50% when it comes to games. So they want to balance that entire IP, not just focus on movies and TV shows, and also get the other side of things with video games. This is huge. If you're looking at competition within cloud gaming, if Netflix continues to expand out and create more content that will compete with the likes of the other cloud gaming subscriptions out there. And one of the biggest ones is going to be Xbox Cloud Gaming. So when the CMA looks at this type of stuff, saying that, is this going to hinder other companies jumping into the cloud gaming segment of the video game industry? We're getting examples right now that this is going to continue to happen. But that's it for me, guys. What are your thoughts on this? Do you see Netflix as an eventual big competitor for Xbox Cloud Gaming in the future? Do you think they're going to try to get into bigger AAA games that are going to be able to be streamed right to people's phones? Or are they going to stick solely to the mobile style of games? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and you liked what you saw, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.